Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn about K-means clustering. We are at day 20 of our machine learning series. If you are enjoying, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. So without further ado, let's start today's video. Clustering. Before explaining the K-means clustering, first let me explain what is clustering. Clustering is basically grouping similar data together based on their patterns or structures. The real-life examples are grouping flowers by their shapes or grouping customers by buying habits. K-means clustering. K-means is an unsupervised machine learning algorithm. It divides data into K clusters, and each cluster has a center point called centroid, and points belongs to the cluster whose centroid is closest to them. K-means algorithm. Now let's see the basic algorithm of K-means clustering. The step 1 is choosing the number of clusters K. For example, the clusters can be K equals to 4, 3 or any number. Next step is to initialize the centroid. That is, we randomly pick K points as the first centroid. And the third step is assign points to the nearest centroid. That means for each point we find distance to each centroid and then assign it to the closest one. The distance is calculated using Euclidean formula. Then step 4 is to compute new centroids again. Here the centroid is calculated as the mean of all points in that cluster, which is given by this formula. Step 5 is to repeat step 3 and step 4 until the centroid's movement is very small. Last step is to get final K clusters. Therefore, this is the basic algorithm for K-means clustering in machine learning. How to choose the correct K? As we know that in K-means clustering, deciding the correct K is not that easy. So let's see how to choose ideal K. The first step is to run K-means with assigning K equals to 1 to 10. Then we plot the within cluster sum of squares or WCSS against increasing K values. And then the next step is to find the elbow point where improvement slows down, and that K is the best. So this is how we choose the correct K in K-means clustering. We use K-means clustering for image compression, that is to reduce number of colors in an image using color clusters. Next is for document clustering, such as to group similar articles of sports, politics, tech and so on. Next is for market basket grouping, such as grouping products bought together. And last we have is for customer segmentation. For example, banks and stores classify their customers based on their spending. Therefore, we use K-means clustering for these reasons. Advantages of K-means. It works well on large datasets. It requires low memory usage. It is easy to interpret. It is simple and fast. It can find well separated clusters. Hence, these are some of the advantages of K-means clustering in machine learning. Now let's move to its disadvantages. Disadvantages of K-means. It is sensitive to outliers. K-means fails when clusters have different sizes. Random initialization in K-means can affect final results. In K-means, we must choose the value of K manually. Therefore, these are some of the disadvantages of K-means which we should be aware of. That's all for K-means clustering. We understand that K-means is an unsupervised clustering algorithm and it divides data into K groups using distance. It is fast, simple and widely used in the industry. Thank you for watching this video till the end. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, share and subscribe my channel. In the next episode, I will come with the implementation of K-means clustering in Python. Until then, keep watching other videos on my channel. See you soon.